Go. Okay, good morning, intrepid readers. This is take two. No, this is number 2 of blogs on video that I am doing since I didn't get one last week, and then I just got this week's done. And so here's my last week's blog called The Mystery of Credibility. And I'm just going to try and remember exactly what I was talking about. It related initially to a baseball game. So my little boys are both in Little League, and my husband is the coach of all of their teams. Plus, he's a coach at the high school as well. Plus, he's a college baseball player. Plus, he's obsessed with baseball, knows everything you could possibly want to know about it. He knows all the rules. He knows all the. I mean, he's like a font of information when it comes to baseball. So we're at this baseball game a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember the specifics of the call. Okay, so it's a kid ump. There are some kid umps that play these games, and the younger the kids are, so this is for my youngest son, the more likely they are to have a kid ump. Now, the kid umps know a lot, but they're kids. So sometimes there are questions about the credibility of their calls. But their calls are supposed to be it's a subjective thing. Umpiring is a subjective thing, kind of like publishing or reading or all of those art. What's your feeling on art? Well, it's subjective. Calls are that way kind of too. So this kid ump is behind first base, and the throw to first, the first baseman catches it, and the kid ump calls the runner out. It's the kid on my team is the runner. No, wait. Let me think. No. Sorry, my bad. The kid ump calls the runner safe. Oh, God, I can't even remember the right way that it went. Anyway, the ump made one call and then switched his mind in the next second. And so that was the problem with the call. You're supposed to make a decisive call and stand by it. That's kind of what makes you credible as an ump. So this kid makes the one call and then switches his mind. So my husband goes out and says, just consider the fact that, so what happened because of it was because he made the other call, then the kids on my son's team were all headed back to the dugout, and the other team figured out the switch of the call and then ran in like 3 more innings and put us down to a really unrecoverable score. And so my husband went out and said, maybe you need to consider the way that it's supposed to work. And so that ump had a meeting with the other umps, and they switched the call back to the original call because that was the way that it should have been anyway. And those runs that came in were removed from the score, and my son ended up winning the game. My son's team ended up winning the game. So the other team, needless to say, was very upset because they felt that the call should have, the way that he changed it should have stood. But my point was, when my husband goes out there, like he's a good example of a coach, because he doesn't, most of the time, he might disagree with calls, but he also understands that it is subjective and that it is supposed to be the final word when the umpire calls it. And so if he goes out there, for whatever reason, people pay attention because he is credible for all the reasons I listed. He's coached every age of baseball. He's played every age of baseball. He's umpired too. Every age of baseball, and he knows more about it than most humans on the planet, I would say. So that makes him credible, and people are more likely to listen to him. So that was my first point. Now, I kind of compared it during my blog to the current administration in Washington and what I view as a lack of credibility. All right, and when I make these comparisons in terms of our world leader, the leader of our country, he doesn't seem to be really knowledgeable. about the issues with which he's been put in charge. And he's been in charge of now for 100 and some odd days. He doesn't seem very knowledgeable. He doesn't have experience with those things. He is likely to say something and then retract it or say something different depending on the setting sun or whatever floats his boat, whatever the change of tides seem to be that minute of the day. So he's saying something different a lot. So not experienced, not knowledgeable, and not straightforward in his opinions. And his opinions are changing all the time. And therefore, in my opinion, not credible. Not credible at all. And that scares me. And it's frustrating to me. And I'm doing whatever I can to deal with that without my head exploding. But I guess maybe it's not a mystery. This is supposed to be the mystery, the conundrum. The conundrum is, I guess, what do I do about it? The fact that I feel like the people running my country are not credible in their ability to run it. I guess I vote and I am active and et cetera, et cetera. I do what I can and will continue to do what I can. But, so that's the mystery. What am I going to do about it? It's not a mystery of credibility. I think it's pretty clear. If you have experience and knowledge and consistency, those are the things that make you credible. And otherwise, it's sort of a weird boy who cried wolf Washington right now. Pretty freaky. Anyway, I would love to hear your opinion. This is blog number 2 with the nest of hair today. I'm interested in hearing what you think. Until next time, stay mystified.